Alrighty, y'all. Hello, it is Friday, and we're here to have fun as always on Fridays. And we're gonna hop straight into this. We're taking a look at older photos, landmarks in various cities in Europe. And I think it's gonna be fun because, well, Europe has a lot of history, and some of the most fascinating things I've learned are how historic and, old, not in a bad way, cities in Europe can look, even to this day. So first up, we have the Colosseum, right? We knew this would probably be in here. This is very famous. Also, the Arch of Constantine, and of course, this is in Italy. This photo is from 1870, I believe, and it's kind of cool to see people, you could see the wardrobe difference, right? It's cool to see them perched up right here and, in front of a famous landmark that, of course, was famous even back then and old even back then. What's fascinating is if I put this into Google real quick, let's see what it kind of pulls up for present day. Here's like a newer picture. You can kind of see a little bit of difference, although maybe not terribly different. This is just from a different angle, I suppose. Then at number 2, we have Lower Saxony, Germany. This is in 1899. Get a good look. This is actually a really big picture. It doesn't even fit in the whole webpage here. And then if we take a look at, again, newer versions of this, newer pictures rather, it doesn't really look that different. And that's what I think is fascinating, at least for my American mind, is that somewhere can look the same, right? If you look at Chicago from 1899 to present, it's going to look unbelievably different. Whereas you could take bits of European cities from 1899 or wherever and then look at them today, and some of them might look almost the same. I think that's freaking crazy. I think it's really cool and a big, difference between the average European city and the average American city. Of course, half the fun of these videos is trying to watch me pronounce these things. I will be horrible at it, as you might imagine, so get your laughs in while you can. Aarhus, probably said that wrong. Denmark, 1934. It looks like they're perhaps raising a tree. Is this meant to be like a Christmas tree? One thing I noticed is all the bicycles still, right? It doesn't matter if it's 2025 or, 1934. Looking at pictures of European cities, especially when I think of, Netherlands, Denmark, right? Yeah, there's bicycles everywhere. Interesting also to observe this truck here. I think this is involved in, these ropes, either pulling up this tree or taking it down. I'm not sure which. I know it's a long shot. I don't expect anyone to know this because, of course, I don't know it. But I wonder what kind of truck that is. It's kind of cool to see a 30s truck in general, especially a 30s truck in Denmark. Now, this next one is really cool, okay? This is the Mechelin, or the Mechelin. I think it'd be Mechelin. This is the cathedral in the main square, and this is, of course, in Belgium. Now, look at this picture. It's from 1926. I want you to get a good look at it, okay? There's the picture. Now, look at this. This is present day. How freaking cool is this? They look the same. They look the same. This is mind-bending to an American. I can't find anywhere, right? There's little historic districts. That's about all you're going to see in U.S. cities, and they're still, going to look different, right? To an extent. This looks very similar. It's kind of freaking me out in a good way. I just think it's so fascinating. All that's changed is people's clothing. This one's just cool. This is a lightning strike on the Eiffel Tower, 1902, and of course this is in France. I'm not even going to show you a picture of the Eiffel Tower. You've all seen it. I'm sure it still looks the same. Naturally, that one's a little more, obvious and doesn't hit as hard. But yeah, it's pretty crazy to see it struck by lightning. I don't know how anyone would catch this on camera, period. I especially don't know how you would catch this on camera in 1902. Yeah, I don't know how they did that, but this is the catch of a century, you could call it. That is a wicked picture. One of the coolest things I've ever seen. This is the Alexanderplatz in Berlin, Germany, 1903. I have to say, again, this is a very handsome-looking city in this picture. I mean, 1903? That's so long ago. The fact that there were actually, what do you call these, trams or trolleys, right? You see someone with this buggy or cart here, of course, horse-drawn carriage in this era, this year rather, would still be a thing. But not to mention these buildings, right? I just don't, I know I say this a lot, but I just can't believe it. I admire old craftsmanship and architecture and achievements. I just don't know You know, how were we building trams back then? That's so cool. Like, was this thing electric? What was this powered by? And then, of course, the buildings. Look at these buildings. They're phenomenal. In 1903, and these were built probably way before that, right? It's not like these were just built. How were they building this stuff to look like that? And why does it seem like everything nowadays is built slapped together and there's no craftsmanship? What happened, right? You know, this is another picture. Vienna, right? Austria, 1895. I just can't get over how amazing these buildings look. Look at the arches. Look at the, consistency, the windows, like all this stuff. I just can't look at that. It's incredible. Does anyone else find this as incredible as I do? I love it. How are they doing this in 1895? I don't see any cranes. I don't see any pickup trucks. I don't see any heavy duty work trucks. Like, this is insane, right? Now this one, I just looked up the current one. I'll show you. Again, this is Belgium, 1926. I love seeing the old vehicles here. Of course, people walking. They're always dressed, everyone dressed nice all the time. I can't even believe it. It's so cool. And again, get a good look, minus the vehicles here. Get a good look at these buildings, especially this face here, right? Voila. Look at it. It's still there. Still looks the same. I just can't believe it. It's so freaking cool. And you can see them right there. Again, I just can't believe it. It's so cool. Then we have this one at number 10. I will save your ears. Don't worry. I won't scare you half to death trying to hear me pronounce this. Okay, but this is in France, somewhere in the 1900s, early 1900s. And all of my American mind say is, wow, that's a lot of stairs. But no, this is a really cool picture. It looks like we have, I can't tell if these are children. I think it is. Maybe some adults too. And it's just interesting looking at old photographs. I wonder what they were doing that day, right? Were they just walking up the stairs? Were they playing on them? And, they just posed for a quick picture. How did that even work back then, right? Whoever took this. How do you set up a picture? It's a little different, I'm sure, than, everyone on Instagram nowadays. This one is crazy. I've never seen or even thought of this. This is the 30s in Sweden. And this is a Bensin station, or Bensin. I don't know how you would say that. I'm pretty sure that means gasoline, though, or fuel, right? And it's not like what I think of as a traditional big, American gas station, right? It's just one random pump that looks to be in the middle of like a city block. And it's just like, hey, I need some fuel. And he's fueling up his motorcycle. Very fascinating. And one of my favorite pictures so far, I will have to say, I'm not even going to look, okay? I don't think this is still there nowadays. So for one picture that's slightly different, yeah, this would be it. I don't think this looks exactly the same anymore. This is a cool one of Lisbon, Portugal in the late 30s. Looks to be a sunny day. You can even tell in the black and white. And these women are carrying baskets of some sort. I don't know if it's baskets of clothes or blankets or what. Anyone want to weigh in on what they would have been carrying and like where they're going? Are they carrying it from like some sort of shop to their home or what? Now, this one just amazes me. We have the Mansion House. This is in the United Kingdom, and this is 1870 to 1880. I would guess that means somewhere in that range. Look at this architecture. Again, we're not even in the 1900s. We're in the 1800s for this one. There's no cars in sight. Hasn't even been invented. No trucks, no big machines. Like, what are we doing here? How does this look this incredible, right? I just think this is such a pristine and beautiful looking shot right here. Beautiful looking city. I can't believe it. It's so cool seeing these, and especially when you look at Europe, right? It's almost like a different world. And what do you know? It looks the same, right? There it is. And there it is, just from a slightly different angle. Still looks incredible. Still has all these intricacies here. Look at all the columns. How the hell did they build that back then, whenever this was built? This is way above my pay grade. I have no idea at all. According to the comment under this picture, it was built as the official residence of the Lord Mayor of London, first constructed in the 1740s. They still use it today for formal official functions. How freaking cool. Now, this one's interesting. This is the Hermeti railway station in Estonia, 1910s. And again, I mean, this would have been, a little bit early train travel, I suppose. Probably had better, train transportation than we still do in America today. But what's interesting is this station it just looks a little bit different, right? I don't know if this is a water tower back there or some sort of watchtower. And then, of course, like the platform over here is like really low, right? So that's a little bit different. Just a different approach. This one is one of those kind of like old school cool, right? I mean, this is old now, which is hard to believe, but it's not nearly as old and historic as these other photos. This is from the 1960s, right? So, you know, recent enough, in my opinion. And this is the corner of extremely long words that an American just, yeah. Come on, that's too much. Let's see. Marstrandsgade and Thorvaldsensgade. It's my best attempt. I probably sound horribly wrong. Regardless, this is a really cool photo, right? Look at the van there. I don't know what kind of company it is. I can't really tell. But, you know, we have like a young man and woman here having presumably coffee or something or tea. And they look to be doing artwork, sketching, something like that. Not going to lie. They look cool. They look styling, right? They're outside. They're vibing. You know, traffic's just flowing by. It's kind of cool to see. It really is. All right, now I find this completely fascinating. Even as an American, I know that, you know, double-decker buses are commonly associated, at least from the outside, with the UK, especially like London, right? And, you know, as a big truck guy and stuff, like I love learning about foreign vehicles. I am always been fascinated by London double-decker buses, right? Well, this looks to be a double-decker bus, but it's not. If you look at the wheels down there, I think this is a tram or a train. I wouldn't call it a train. I think it's a tram. I think this is crazy, right? It looks the part, but it's not a bus. It's a tram. So that is like super cool. Like I did not know even in the 50s you had double-decker trams. Now, this is cool. This is a view of Vratislava Street in Prague, Czech Republic, of course, somewhere in the early 1900s. And again, it just looks so cool, and I guarantee that this looks similar to what it did back then. Of course, maybe a little more decorated. Let's see if we can find it. So this is what comes up if you look this up. I mean, it looks similar in a way, actually, just a little more modern, right? You have more people, the different clothes, you have cars everywhere. It is kind of cool to see, though, if you think about it. I feel like these buildings are the same. I'm not going to find the exact one, right? I don't know if I have time for that or if I'm the right person for that, but I think it's really cool. You can see the very close similarities, right, to the style and kind of the road as well, because it's that same, you know, again, brick or cobblestone, whatever that's called. In this particular instance, I just find it fascinating. Now, this one is interesting because it's just labeled Wrocław, Poland, 1899, and it doesn't show, like, maybe this is a famous landmark, but it doesn't show, you know, what it's called or what street or what, you know, anything like that. So I don't know if this is a famous landmark that's there today. In that case, I can't really look it up, because if I just look up the city, it's going to pull up the city. But I had to point it out because, again, we're in 1899. Look at this awesome scene here. I mean, look at all the table and chairs. Right? People must dine out here and hang out, or maybe it's a park. They just sit here and read or something. You know, look at the details on this building. Again, I just can't believe how intricate and, you know, layered it is, and all the stuff they thought of to add to this. It's so cool, man. I just really admire it, and I thought this was a kind of a good one to end on. This article has like a lot of different things. I just picked out a few that I thought were interesting, and we're going to end it there. It's Friday, man. I just wanted to have fun with this one. I can't believe seeing a glimpse of old, you know, places in old photographs, right? And when you do it with Europe, it's really fascinating because of how similar they can look. Some of those pictures we saw in Belgium, it looks identical. I hope you had fun with this, and the comments should probably be pretty interesting in this one, so I look forward to that. I appreciate you watching, and I hope your weekend is awesome. My name is Ian, you're watching IWrocker. Until next time, y'all. Catch you later.